Yep, they're chicken tracks. Those are my chickens. They are free ranging. They have the nice barn to go into. And I checked my mail because yesterday I went to the hospital all day, and so I came back home, and whoops, here comes the snowplow. So I came back home, and so I had to get my mail late, and because I saw the chickens were out here, and that quick they went back, but they'll come back around. Clay left them popcorn that he got. I guess at the hospital, I brought him this popcorn, but I guess they have, they're going to have popcorn day. So we haven't had that much snow this year, and I've been praying, actually, that it doesn't snow that much because of the things that we're facing, because this is actually being pre-recorded on the 14th of January, but it's going to go up on, I'm going to be putting it up late because I don't want to pre-record some stuff so you guys can see the things I have to get ready for Clay. So one of the things is he's going to be coming home in a wheelchair until he gets his prosthetic and everything. So I'm going to take my car to the hospital and pick him up now because it's a little bit higher. I had to measure for the hospital from the ground to obviously I'm on the driver's side, but from the ground to the seat to let them know how many inches it was, which is 32 inches. You can see me there. Hey, probably look a little bit messy. And then so I have to be able to get him into the house, and it's flat there, so he can. And but the snow, so pray for, well, I guess it's already going to be past when you see this, but I trust the Lord. He takes good care of me. I kind of a little testimony. When we were growing up, my sister, I always say we're Irish twins because we're like 13 months apart. She used to pray every Friday, hey Lord, don't let it snow, because we wanted to go to Bible study every Friday. It was fun, you know, kids, we love that. We'd go and we'd get to go and be with all of our friends every Friday night, and so we'd want to go. So she would pray it wouldn't snow, because if the weather was bad, my parents, the guy that drove us was an older man. He used to take a bunch of kids. He was like a grandpa. He'd take his grandchildren and then take us, and he'd take us every Friday night to, you know, church, which was nice. I mean, what a godly man. And I remember years later I saw him again, and he had a bunch of little kids he was taking to church. So, and he lived like out in the country. But so anyway, it's been a little bit of a crazy time for me getting everything ready. But that's one of the things I have to do, is to make sure that everything is good for him, for Clay to come in and out of the house. And he's actually has a doctor's appointment this week I'm walking back on my porch. He actually has a doctor's appointment this week, and the hospital is going to take him there. So I had to make sure when I came up yesterday to bring him a coat and gloves. And he didn't ask me to, but, you know, as a wife, I knew that, you know, he's going to go outside and he's going to need a coat, because when he went up there in the ambulance and they had emergency surgery like that night. His doctor was wonderful. He just came right out and did that. And my husband carved that in the house. Isn't that pretty? He did a lot of stuff like that in our house. He did a lot of custom work, and he's still going to be doing a lot of things, because God spoke to me about it's a season we're going through. He's going to get better. So things are a little crazy at my house. I've got my garbage out. I put it under the porch in the winter because, you know, once it gets snowed up and stuff, it's hard to move things around. But, yeah, so it's a little crazy. Chickens keep going up on the porch, which I got another mess to clean up. And I have my beehives over there. We have bees, by the way. They're in the back. But yeah, that beehive is there. And so, yeah, the chickens, I've had a big mess because I let the chickens free range. One of the things I decided early on, because there was poison ivy all over the barn at the time, because it was getting that time of year. So I'm allergic to poison ivy, so I said let them free range. And now, of course, it's going to be down. I'll probably get out there and do some work. But, I mean, I got poison ivy before, and it's not fun. Actually, I reached my hand, I think, in a bag of hay, and that's how I got it for my guinea pig. Not this one. It was years ago. But, so I have some little messes. Got to move the fish tanks. These just got moved, so I don't like them being here. They have to be moved. But I had to empty out 2 of the fish tanks. And, so things out there. There's a birdie up there. Can I see him? There he is. I love living in the country. But God has blessed me. And I know I've had a lot of people in the past, please show me your snow. I've never seen snow before. Hear my roosters out there? Guys, come out in front. There's popcorn up there. They got corn back there. But they're not eating as much of the corn as I wanted them to. But they will. Hear them. Isn't it beautiful, though? I do like the snow. But my sister invited me to, and my whole family, to, move down there. Her son owns property. Like, he's like a guy, like, he buys and sells property all the time. But he talked about that before. Oh, by the way, just not that it matters, but our property is way over there past that stone. So we could actually build another house there. But anyway, so I've been taking care of things the best I can, doing fish tanks, measuring stuff, making sure clay's all set. So today, basically, it's going to be Sunday, and I'm actually kind of going to take things a little easy because I went up to the hospital yesterday, and I guess this whole week I've got to, like, finish up everything perfect. So when Clay comes home, it's not a big deal, so that he can just zoom around, have fun. We talked about making lasagna together. We're talking about getting a different kind of fish, and so we've got lots of dreams together. I miss him terribly. Clay and I have like a storybook romance. We just adore each other. And so it's really hard for me to be separated from him. I've been separated from Clay for this surgery since it's been about 2 months. So, and man, it was really scary for me, but God has helped me every step of the way. One day, there was a terrible gas smell in the house, right in front of my yard. I don't know what that was all about. I had my car filled with gas the same day, but I was all shook up, so I called the power company. They came out, and there was no gas around my car, but it was in front of my house, so probably somebody got into an accident and rolled downhill. But, I mean, it was like, or they had something, because I only left for a little bit, but they probably pulled their car along the side of the road. So I had that situation. Then one day I smelled carbon monoxide really strong in my house, and being a woman, I had carbon monoxide in the house before, like 200 something, from our fireplace. It did like a backdraft in another house that I lived in with my ex, what I call my ex-Rex. We got a divorce because he had too many girlfriends. I laugh about it, make a joke about it, but you gotta just look at your life and say, well, God took good care of me. I never, I was a good girl, he was doing his thing, but I forgive and forget and move on, right? I don't want to be that bitter person. So anyway, that being said, what was I going to say about that? That being said, what was I even saying there? Oh, Clay and I just have I don't know what I said. But anyway, Clay and I have a storybook romance. We just really adore each other. But, there's my little birdie. Clay, when I first met Clay, he had these like bugs over. Oh, I know, I was talking about the carbon monoxide. Sorry, guys, I had to gather my thoughts. Flies at our house. But anyway, so there's carbon monoxide in our house, and so I not flipped out, but I got like nervous, so I called the power company, and it was just the battery in my carbon monoxide detector. But see, all these little things when you get older, and I'm all by myself, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. So little things like that, but the God has shown me He'll take care of me. I mean, I even had to drive again. I hadn't driven in like 5 years because Clay didn't want me to. It might have been longer, I don't know. But yeah, probably longer. But anyway, so I still had my license, so I got in the car and started driving. God took care of every single thing. In fact, last night when my son took me home, there was high winds, really high winds. And I don't know, he's traveling like an hour or something back in, from the hospital. Maybe longer, I don't know. But, oh, there goes my popcorn bag. I'm going to have to get that. But anyway, I had to travel for like an hour, and I was worried about them getting home. It was risky on the way there, but on the way home it was easy peasy for them. So, anyway, you can see the wind. See how it's windy still. See the wind? That's a cornfield. See that wind going over there? Look at that. That's the snow, you see. But his wife was pretty confident. She hasn't been driving that long. And she was like, I'm not worried about it at all. I drive all the time. And, you know, I'm trying not to say anything being the mother-in-law, you know, thinking, oh. But she's, you know, she drives and, you know, she takes care of, which this has been a blessing for me too. She takes care of like a group home. She's like the nurse there. So that's helped me too. So anyway, I'm getting cold. My little fingers are getting cold. So I'm going to let you go here. And remember, big or small, you too could be a backyard farm. God bless.